Before the world wakes up, warriors are already leveling up. Not with motivation, with systems. While most people start their day reacting to notifications, noise, and other people's agendas, a small group does something different. They take control before the chaos arrives. This isn't a routine. It's a system that quietly turns ordinary people into main characters. And if your mornings are chaotic, distracted, and rushed, your life will follow the same pattern. Because you don't rise to your goals. You fall to your morning standards. Most people don't lose their lives in dramatic moments. They lose them slowly, one distracted morning at a time. Usually while hitting snooze like it's a negotiation they're definitely going to lose. So if you want a different life, you don't start with motivation or vision boards or waiting for the right time. You start by taking back the first hour of your day. Wake up before the world, not hours earlier, not at some extreme time that turns discipline into punishment. Just 20 or 30 minutes. This isn't about becoming a morning person. It's about becoming a deliberate person. Those minutes are uncontested territory. No messages, no expectations, no outside voices pulling you in different directions. Silence isn't empty. Silence is where your nervous system finally stops panicking about things that don't actually matter. Most people wake up already behind, already anxious, already reacting. They open their eyes and immediately hand control away. One notification turns into 15 minutes, and suddenly they're emotionally invested in things that won't matter by lunch. But the people who build real momentum start their day before anyone else gets a vote. They don't wait for permission to feel calm, focused, or grounded. They claim it. The next step is simple. Create order immediately. Make your bed, straighten one surface, clear one small area. Yeah, it feels almost insultingly simple. That's the point. Order creates momentum. Chaos teaches your brain that disorder is normal, that mess is acceptable, that life just happens to you. But order teaches something else. It teaches your brain that structure exists, that control is possible, that you don't have to wait for conditions to be perfect. The first small win, something finished before the day even starts, sends a quiet but powerful message. I'm not winging it today. And once your brain hears that, it starts looking for more wins. Now take care of the body before you flood it with stimulation. Drink water. Your body wakes up dehydrated, tight, and mildly confused about why it exists. Before caffeine, before sugar, before scrolling, water first. Then move, stretch, walk. Breathe deeply. You don't need a heroic workout. You're not training for a montage yet. You just need activation. Motion fuels emotion. Energy isn't something you stumble into after your third cup of coffee. It's something you build deliberately. Most people wait until they feel ready to act. The disciplined understand something different. Action creates readiness, not the other way around. Now comes one of the hardest rules. No phone. Not yet. Because the moment you scroll, you surrender your attention. You step into someone else's priorities, someone else's outrage, someone else's perfectly curated nonsense. And suddenly, you're stressed about things you can't control before you've even brushed your teeth. Attention isn't harmless. What you focus on shapes what you value. What you value shapes who you become. If you give away your attention first thing in the morning, you spend the rest of the day trying to claw it back. Guard your mind early, or spend all day wondering why you feel scattered for no reason. Slow everything down. Your breath, your posture, your pace. Breathe deeply and deliberately. Stand tall, shoulders back, chest open. Not to look confident, but to remind your nervous system that you're not being chased. Posture isn't cosmetic. It's psychological. Your body is constantly sending signals to your brain about who you are and what kind of world you're in. When you collapse inward, your brain assumes danger. When you stand grounded and open, your brain relaxes. Stress has no place in the morning. Calm isn't laziness. Calm is control. Now write the mission. Not everything you could do, not everything you're worried about, just what actually matters. 3 priorities, no more. If your list needs a second page, it's not ambition. It's avoidance. Clarity creates execution. When you know exactly what the day's for, distraction loses its grip. You stop drifting. You stop reacting. You move with intent, which is rare enough to feel like a superpower. Next, reinforce identity. Not hype, not motivation. Identity. Say it out loud. I am disciplined. I keep my word to myself. I do hard things early. Yes, it feels awkward. So does growth. Your brain believes what it hears consistently, especially from you. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you rehearse. Every morning, you cast a vote for the person you're becoming. Most people vote against themselves without realizing it. Choose differently. Now, sharpen the mind. Read for a few minutes, not endlessly, not for entertainment, for growth. Books are compressed experience, mistakes someone else already paid for. 5 or 10 minutes a day compounds fast. Most people don't lose because they lack intelligence or talent. They lose because they stop thinking deeply. They let their attention rot on shallow inputs and endless noise. Don't let that be you. Now comes the part everyone tries to skip: discomfort. Do one uncomfortable thing early. Cold water, a hard task, a conversation you've been pretending you'll get to later. Not heroic, not dramatic, just honest. Discomfort handled early changes the entire texture of the day. When you face resistance first thing, everything else feels lighter. You stop negotiating with yourself like you're gonna lose anyway. Comfort makes you fragile. Discomfort makes you resilient. And resilience is what carries you when motivation disappears, which it always does. Step outside, get light, let your eyes adjust, let your body wake fully. A few minutes of sunlight resets your rhythm, improves focus, and stabilizes your mood. Then reduce noise. No gossip, no doom scrolling, no unnecessary chaos. Start the day in peace, and you carry that peace like armor. Finally, step into the day with intention. Don't drift. Don't autopilot. Don't let the day just happen to you and then wonder where your energy went. Move like your actions matter, because they do. The world doesn't reward potential. It doesn't reward talent alone. It rewards the deliberate every single time. Here's the truth most people avoid. Your life doesn't change because of one big decision. It changes because of what you do when no one's watching. In silence, in routine, in moments that feel too small to matter. Run this system for 7 days. No motivation, no waiting to feel ready, just execution. Watch what shifts. Your focus sharpens, your confidence stabilizes, your self-respect returns, not because life gets easier, but because you stop making it harder than it needs to be. Because tomorrow morning, the system resets, and the version of you that shows up next is decided long before the world wakes up.